Hey, what's going on, everyone? So today let's talk about Oxenfree II Lost Signals. This game is developed by Night School Studio and published by Netflix and released on July 12th of 2023. This is the follow-up to Oxenfree from 2016, but it isn't a direct sequel as we follow new characters 5 years after the events of that first game. And this time our main character that we play as is Riley, who is returning to her hometown of Kamina, and she's starting a new job and is introduced to Jacob and Evelyn, who are also working there in the town, when suddenly these weird things start to happen as they walk around the town and tune into the radio. Weird figures start showing up, realities begin to bend, and all kinds of these crazy things that you would probably be expecting to happen if you played the first game. This game is very much the same as that one in almost every way, but again, with new characters, a new location, but it's very much still Oxenfree. And I'm so glad that it is. I don't think they needed to do anything that crazy and new here. They still have the dialogue bubble tree and the overall story and conversations as the heart of this game. And if you don't like dialogue and walking around hearing about these characters' lives and their stories and backstories, just all of that stuff, you're not going to enjoy this all that much. There's a lot of that in these games. What it also has is the creepy atmosphere with all those weird things going on, specifically the reality changes, the flashbacks and time jumps. That's where this game really shines. There's just a real power to those moments whenever they happen. It brings all your focus to every single word that's being said. As a big Twin Peaks fan, it kind of reminds me of any time they have a scene in the Red Room in that show. They're few and far between, so you always kind of just move up in your seat just a little bit to make sure you don't miss anything that they're saying or anything that's happening in the background. You're really focused on everything, and I feel that same way when these scenes happen here. They do happen a bit often in this game because it is only 4 to 5 hours long or so. So they do progress through the story and get things moving pretty quickly. There's also transmitters that you have to place around the town, and those kind of act as these mini puzzles, and they're never too complicated. The ones on the radio, of course, are super easy, but then you have these other ones where you just kind of you move the left stick and right stick around until you get the shape that you need to make, and I thought they were kind of fun. The rest of it really comes down to how you want to play it though, and the things that you want to say. Riley is very much her own character, but you can still choose just how close you want to be with people. If you want to initiate extra parts of the story, you can do those things, which I think is really cool. But if you don't want to, you can also just kind of keep your focus on the things that you're interested in, not really engage with the things that you don't care about. There's still a lot, you're still going to get a lot of dialogue. Ultimately though, and it hurts me to say this, but I don't think it's going to really stand out all that much. I don't think this game, does enough things differently from the first one. If you love the first one, I still think you're going to enjoy this a lot. But I almost want to say, if it seems weird to say, but I think if you played this one first, I think you would enjoy it more than someone that had already played the first one. And really either one, whichever one you play first, I think is the one you're going to enjoy more, because you have that surprise factor. You don't know exactly how this world works and how everything you don't know what's going to happen. And to play the next one and to have that taken away, it does hurt the experience of it just a little bit. Not a ton. I still think this is a really, really fun time, and it still hits all those same emotions that I was hoping for it to do. But yeah, I do think it just, that surprise factor is very important for it to feel sort of special, and I think that's the only thing here that's lacking just a little bit. I do have to say though, I preferred the characters in the first one, but there is a weird thing here that happened with both these games and just the timing of them, where the first game came out when I was only 20 years old, and so I really related to what was going on in that story and the characters of that story. And in this one, they take a sort of different approach, a sort of slightly older point of view happens in this game. And now that I'm about to be 28, it hit me in that same sort of perfect way as the first one did. It kind of came at the perfect time, and it's weird how that happened with both of them. I'm sure I will play this one again one day. It might grow on me over time. I did a 5 years later video essay on the first one, so who knows, maybe 5 years from now in 2028 I will do a 5 years later look back on this game and see how my feelings change. But yeah, aside from everything, that's all I've really got for this one. Thank you all so much for watching this. It really does mean a lot to me. I hope you're all doing well out there wherever you are, and I hope to see you all in the next one. So until then, everybody, take care.
He knew he needed to climb it. He knew he could climb it. But the doubt, oh, such towers of doubt, if he actually would. Riley climbed with ease. Riley always climbed with ease. But there was no ease in Jacob's spirit.
As she scaled the heights with ability and grace, Riley Poverly wished Jacob would get his ass in gear and climb.
Jacob noted Riley's impatience. To the surprise of none, it helped not a bit.